Okay, hi everybody. This is about another movie I saw a couple weeks ago. It's been a while. And this one I like because it's a change of pace for me, but I enjoyed it still. Okay, it's called Along Came a Nanny, and it's taken off the reference of Along Came a Spider, Um, okay, I think this movie was found on. I didn't find it there, but it probably started on Hallmark Movies and Mysteries. You know, their suspense channel. Okay, so the basic premise is a high class neighborhood or an upscale neighborhood gets a string of break ins. So a cop is tasked with finding out who did it. But to blend in with these people and not be a cop, he's given the assignment of being a nanny to two kids. Now, the kids are okay, so they're not like the usual brats you see in movies where the kids get to be brats. And then finally somebody says, you can't do that. That's not the case here. Um, they just need somebody to pay attention to them and because the parents are great parents, but they're really busy, so they can't really focus on the kids as much as probably they should. Um, so anyway, okay, your stars are Sarah Lancaster from Saved by the Bell new class, and also another movie I love, Living with the Enemy, where she plays a college graduate and she plays a trophy wife, but it's not, that story is not how it seems either. I might do a video on that one at some other point. Okay, so I love her. Let's just put that out in the beginning. Okay, but also her co-star is Cameron Matheson. Now you might know that name because he was on soap operas. Well, I mean he still is on GH General Hospital, but he plays Drew. But he also played Ryan Lavery on All My Children, the great defunct soap opera. I miss All My Children. Okay, so he's tasked with being a nanny to kids. Okay, and he is bachelor personified. Messy apartment, eats pizza every night, pizza's boxes. You get the picture. Okay, so he's like, how am I gonna fit in? So, so they let him drive a station wagon. Uh, yeah. So, so imagine a hot single guy in a minivan with no kids. So he's totally out of place, right? So, but here's the interesting part. Because he's a man, he he uh he has to get in good with the neighbors, so they trust him, right? And of course, all the other people who work around there are around during the day are women. So he's like, yeah, okay, so what's going on here? What's going on there? And they're like, oh, he's so sweet and whatever. So they take him under the wing, right? Okay. So then, besides that, uh, um, the nanny, Sarah Lancaster, is single, but he doesn't know that, right? So he's like, "Who's that? How a guy would be, right?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, she's so and so, and she's great, and all this stuff." So okay, but there has to be a complication for a romantic thing, right? Okay, here's your complication. Um, she's already kind of, well, not seeing somebody, but somebody else is interested in her. Dean. Okay. Dean is played by another person familiar with Hallmark movies, Brendan, Brendan Penny. So he plays kind of an adult in this one because he's the kind of guy that when a woman says no, he tries harder. And he thinks that he can get her with flashy things, but turns out that he's working with his cousin or something to steal all these things. And what she does is she was a nanny, but then she was fired because she was so inept, right? But she was there long enough to figure out the key combinations on like security pads where you have to punch in the code. She memorized all the codes so she could kind of break in without breaking into people's houses and get their stuff, right? But her name is Cookie, but we don't meet her until later. And she's so unassuming that you would never think it was her. And it is, but it's not because she's working in conjunction with her cousin, right? So when they find out that the girl who's a nanny to another family finds out the truth, they try to kidnap her, kind of. Like kidnap for 2 minutes. Um, so she won't tell their secret. But Mike has been on the case the whole time, and he did like a chart where he's like, okay, who are all the people and who are all the possible suspects, and then did like a flow chart to see who's a possible criminal. Um, but he thought it was a guy who handles the auto place, but it's not. But like I said, it came out that it was the cousins working together, but it took the whole movie. But I like it because it's family friendly and it's got a little bit of suspense element, but not too much. And it's not scary. Not really. I mean, you think it's going to be scarier than it is, and it's not even that scary. So if I can watch it for 2 hours, you're good. Um, Yeah, but just to let you know, it's family friendly. If you like Sarah Lancaster or Cameron Matheson, check it out. And if you like family friendly comedies and stuff like that, this might be the one for you. So, all right, bye guys.